Coach, obviously you guys had that 39-9 run to end the first half. What do you feel like were keys in it? I understand making shots and defending, but anything in particular that you noticed in that run?
I think we got a lot of deflections, got our hands on balls. Guys were in. Royce, I felt like was big on the boards. Cody. I think he's really helped us in his minutes. The group that started that quarter really flipped it. Oso just his. Everybody thinks of, I think, basketball IQ as mostly being offensive. His defensive IQ is probably just as high, and ability to communicate, scramble, cover for each other, all those kinds of things on the defensive end.
Just to follow that up, when you have Cody, Ryan, you mentioned obviously also you got three guys that can defend. How much does that change what you're able to call defensively with those guys out there?
Yeah, no, I think it's a group that you can do some different things with, and those guys, really everybody really executed on the defensive end tonight. Communication, physicality, scrambling, covering for each other was good.
Only other thing I had was, considering the loss yesterday, and you guys obviously were frustrated with that, to come back and have a game like this after you start off down in the first quarter. What do you think that says about the group?
Yeah, no, I think, I kind of said it a second ago, I referenced that flip, in the second quarter, the run, I think is kind of a sign of resilience, sign of, character. We needed it. So, and then we were able to maintain it, for the rest of the game.
Coach, you mentioned Cody coming in and giving you guys a lift. Where do you think, what areas has he kind of stood out to you so far?
Well, I think, the most obvious is defensively, just, his athleticism, his ability to cover ground, cover different guys. But I think there's an offensive, ability to get to the paint, drive a closeout, the kick out to Kevin off I don't know if it was an offensive rebound or the drive, but, I think there's a really smart player on both ends of the court. Again, similar to when you talk about Oso, I think everybody talks about Cody's IQ defensively or his abilities defensively. I think he's got some stuff that he does offensively that can help us too.
With Brad being out, how did you like that look of Colin once again filling in the starting lineup?
Yeah, no, I think Colin was good. He's out there trying to get us organized and set us up, but I thought Tyus shot making, the two of them in combination, and Tyus, I thought really shot it well. I feel like this is 2 out of 3 games where he's really shot the ball, and he and Book, kind of playing off of each other, and I thought Tyus's, shot making and just play making and everything was really big in that stretch in the second quarter also.
With the traps they were deploying on Book at the start of the second quarter, how helpful was Oso in those stretches, and what is like the different kind of dynamic he gives you guys as a roller? Yeah, no, I think, his ability to just get in and out of things quickly, I think that's and then, the obvious is he can catch it and make reads and make decisions, but his speed and his pace coming in and out of things and getting out of, if they're putting 2 on Book or 2 on the ball, it makes it harder to put 2 on the ball, but then, when he's getting out, there's ground that the defense has got to cover, and they got to make reads and decisions, and, that's kind of Oso's strength. About 5 minutes into the third quarter, Book had a turnover, and then he checked out briefly. Was that due to the turnover? Was it something else? I was just curious as to why he checked out there. He came back in about a minute later. Yeah, no, it was our timeout at 7, and I was just, we've been playing him really big minutes and really hard, and I should have called timeout on one of those 2 possessions. I think it was the 7-10 minute, when he came out, and I knew we were going to call a timeout, and we got stops and played in flow, and but it was just to try and buy him 30 seconds. All right, thank you, guys.
Devin, you guys ended the second quarter on a 39-9 run. What do you feel like were keys to that run at the end of the first half?
I'd say just defense, guarding, being connected on that end, and that opening up plenty of opportunities for us to play fast and play random.
What do you think about just the way Cody has come in and provided some multiple things. I mean, he obviously defends, but he's a connector on offense, able to create plays for others as well.
Yeah, he does a little bit of everything, but most importantly, he's been vocal even in the times that, he hasn't been in the game, and just seeing things that he sees out there, and it translates, and, it was a big part of what we did tonight.
Last thing I had was just to be able to respond to a loss like the other night. I mean, you talked about it after the game, but how much was that needed for this group to do that tonight?
Yeah, that was a terrible loss for us, even watching it back. I think more on the defense end than anything else. A combination of missing a lot of shots. I still think we got good looks in the Laker game, but, we're not guarding to our standard, and, that's what it turned into.
Book, you guys have had high praise for Oso all season, but for him to come in there, where has he been able to kind of come in and impact the game recently?
In all aspects. I think defensively, the versatility to be able to switch and, still guard a guard, but still protect the rim. And offensively, just sprinting into screens, creating separation from the other big, so they can't be up to blitz us. And, I just trust him in the pocket to make the right play on the backside every time.
For you, who's dealing with that type of defensive pressure, getting blitzed off of those screens, and just seeing the impact of the rookies on both ends, the energy and athleticism, how much fun is it for you when you're sharing the court with those guys?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. That second quarter was a lot of fun, and, I believe they were both out there the whole time. And, they have the energy and athleticism, but they also have the IQ, which is the most important part.
Book, to your point, when Oso's in that pocket for quarterbacks, they call it processing speed. How quickly do you see him process things for a rookie in those spots?
Very quickly. It's process of elimination. If two are on the ball and you catch it, you have advantage basketball on the backside. So, if we have proper spacing on the backside, it should, lead to open three, or, if there's a smaller guy down there being the low man, his ability to finish over him is important too.
I think Cody over that second quarter run had 0 points and an assist, but the box score totally lies to you with the impact that he had in the game. Just what does it do for the group for a guy to dive for loose balls, do the stuff that he was doing?
Yeah, like you said, those don't show up, but we understand the importance of it. And, he's made a career out of that. So, he knows that, and he takes pride in it, and it's contagious.
Building off of the rookies, Book, they've had a big impact over the past few games. I'm curious what you've seen from them as of late.
They've been pretty consistent. They're going to go through things when it comes to making and missing shots, but just encouraging them to keep playing the right way, keep playing with energy. The energy and the effort can trump a lot of those things. So it's a pleasure to be out there with them.
Book, just a three-part question. Do you? They all link together. Okay. Do you look at the standings at this point? Do you play them a game at a time? And are you aware of the Mavericks' predicament at this point?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Yes.
All of it.
Would you care to extrapolate a little bit?
We need to win games, and I'm praying on nobody's downfall, but hopefully they lose some, and we can sneak into that 10, maybe 9 spot, and handle business when we get there.
Thanks, Will.
Yep.